lots of wrestling, silly bits too. Having a blast bringing our show to you. They rant, they rave, they won't behave. Wrestling fans, come out your cave. It's time to BS and misbehave. Talking wrestling, time to go. Ring the bell and start the show.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Talking Rasslin. I'm Pondwater Dave. Joined with me, as always, is the First Lady of the Arn Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Vaughn.
How are you doing?
Doing good, Amy. I feel like $1 million. I've had an ingrown toenail bothering me.
Oh.
And it's been bothering me for a while. And like I went and got a pedicure a little over a month ago.
Nice.
And she couldn't get it. I mean, but I went back today and I got another one today. And let me just say that when she was determined and she went after it. And I mean, I'm like holding on to the armrests, yelling. I don't mean like I'm like, oh, no, I'm yelling because this shit hurts. She stabbed. I mean, it's like she done stabbed me all the way in the toe. And I yelled.
Oh.
And then she went and got it and she started cutting. And she said, "Are you ready?" And she went. And I'm like, and I mean, my yelling did not deter. Like people are looking. The manager came over and said, "You okay, sir?" And,
oh, man.
And I'm going to tell you what. I feel my foot feels really good.
I bet. Oh, having an ingrown toenail like that. Oh, I bet it does feel a lot better.
And yeah, because I mean, like the other day, I had to put like 3 different pairs of shoes on. If I found one that wasn't squeezing my toes too bad. I'm getting to the point where I was going to go to the podiatrist about it and get it taken care of. But
yes,
but right now, I mean, I'll just put it on the schedule for in 30 days to go back and let her clip them again.
Yeah, keep them.
But she,
taken care of. Because do you wear steel-toed shoes?
I can't wear steel toes.
Oh, you can't.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know do you have to wear a certain kind of
I have to wear non-slip.
Non-slip.
Yeah. But
just being on your feet all day, I'm sure, pressing on your toes like that.
Well, I upgraded and got the VIP deluxe spa package. So whatever she rubbed my feet with, it had left a chilling effect on them. I could feel the coolness. It was, I got no problem telling you that I have no problem being pampered.
Hey, understand that. I got a massage today, so I'm right there with you. But yeah, that'll be good. You know what? You need to ask them. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
You might need to check with them and see
soccer. Bober's here.
If they have any kind of special. So like if you come in so often, every 30 days, maybe they'll do something nice for you.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. Terry's here. I got to hang out with Terry. There's Richard Ward.
Hello, everyone.
Spanning the globe. Terry don't have soccer, so he's with us. I got to pitch hit for Allison on TNA Sunday night, and we had a good time.
Yes, I did. I watched that.
Bober's right off of an appearance on ESPN for hockey that he does.
Heard that too. We just look at all of us. Look at everybody. Awesome. I think the one thing that was funny about the top 10 list is people do not like when other people are slow in any form or fashion.
Oh yeah, I mean, as I drive professionally, and they drive me crazy a lot. NHL Network, not ESPN. I'm sorry.
Oh well.
I was aware though, Bober.
Still, you're on a network. That's awesome.
Well, I think NHL Network's greater than ESPN.
Well, especially for hockey. I mean, obviously National Hockey League. That's if you're going slow.
It just aggravates the piss out of me. I could go on a rant, but you don't have to listen to me rant about it here. Right here on Mark Out Moments. Go check out TNA Top 10. I've already forgotten what we're doing next week, but it was a cool topic.
Is it
Terry
something
can
about
drop it in
music?
Terry can drop it in the chat. Well, but I'll circle back when we get to the plugs.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your hat, Amy. That's a nice
Yes.
cap that you're wearing.
Isn't it awesome? It fits great. It looks great. I really, really like it. I'm rocking for Rebel.
Of course, we're talking about rocking for Rebel. Unfortunately, our good friend Rebel, Tanea Brooks, you may know her from her time with Britt Baker on AEW, wrestled in TNA, Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Great person. And she's been diagnosed with ALS. And so we've, along with the Four Horsemen Network and Ring Classics, Markout Moments has teamed up. And we're using our merch store to rock for Rebel. Rockforrebel.com will take you there. All the Rebel merchandise and any of our merchandise, anything that's listed on that store, all the proceeds will be going to the ALS network in honor of our friend Rebel. And we're praying for her. And maybe we're praying for a cure. We're not praying. She just wants prayers and for a peaceful passage. But I mean, she's accepted her fate, but we're going to keep the faith and not give up. And maybe just, maybe we can get a miracle. So y'all support Rebel over Rock for Rebel, rockforrebel.com. That's a nice hat, Amy. I'm glad it came out well.
Yes, I really do like it. It's a really good hat. Fits good. I like the colors. It's nice. It's very nice.
I got to spend some time in the ring Saturday night. We had big changes at SWA.
Oh, what happened?
Big changes down at South Jones at Legends Never Die 4. We kicked off the night with Braden Hosey getting a win over Reggie Matthews.
Oh.
Then we had Ryan Hodge against Rebellion's Mystery Man. We're going to see who Reggie Blackstone was going to trot out. And he brought the giant Samson.
Wow, man. Look how, I'm just like.
By the ring post, look how tall
Yeah,
he
that's
is.
what I was looking at. Like, oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my God. He's like a head. He is.
I'm looking
underneath his armpit.
I have got my neck. I have got my neck bent back looking at him.
Yeah,
and of course Reggie's choking Ryan. I show you that because I'd had enough of Reggie's crap by the semi-main.
Right.
Reggie was in it. He was in it that night. And Cowboy Cliff Rogers, he got a win over Pharaoh of Funk and apparently had joined Rebellion because he interfered in that last match. Reggie had gotten a ring and I was throwing him out. And I told him I was fixing to disqualify Samson. And while I'm getting Reggie out of the ring, apparently Cliff had jumped in and applied a chair to Ryan's head, and that's how Samson got to Samson had got to win. But Cliff went over. He beat Pharaoh, but we didn't get it was time for the Deep South Championship. Our friend Hunter Rhodes is the champion. Lou Cameron came in from Texas to challenge. Lou Cameron's an MPX mainstay. Unfortunately, Hunter's not able to compete. He has a medical issue and it's pretty serious. And I'm not gonna. He didn't tell the crowd what it was, so I'm not telling this crowd what it is.
Sure.
But he's out and had to forfeit the championship per the contract. He wasn't able to compete, so Lou Cameron became the champion by forfeit.
Bless us.
And Dem Frost Boys, DTF, brought Mikey out. And they all came out and told Lou, said, why don't you defend it since you just won it? And you're here, why don't you go ahead and defend it? And they all jumped out of the ring and left Mikey in there because they've been doing Mikey dirty. Trying to that tough love, trying to teach him. And
he's the ref, right?
Was
the ref.
Yeah. And all I can describe what happened to Mikey is very violent and very quick, and he got his ass whooped. And Lou Cameron
At
is
least it was
still
quick,
your
right?
Deep South champion. And we wish
Aw.
Hunter the best. He's taking care of himself, and he'll get well, and he'll be back. Hopefully, he's back sooner than later. And when he gets back, he's going to want to. Lou said some. I mean, Monty had to stop him.
Mm.
The commissioner told him he wasn't going to let him because, I mean, he works for Hunter's parents. And Hunter's mom got in the ring, and she was crying and trying to stop him, and his dad got in the ring, and cooler heads prevailed, and Hunter decided to, go ahead and forfeit, and he didn't want to, but I mean, Lou wasn't making it easy with all the stuff that he was saying, and I look forward to when Hunter gets his rematch.
Heck yeah. Best wishes, Hunter. Whatever might be going on with you, hon.
Next up, we got the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Local Lobo, Barry Wolf, been a champion for a long time. Nick Wonders finally got that title shot. Nick's been attacking him pretty regular for months. And
who won?
I'm getting there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
I get excited.
Reggie was out there with him.
Oh,
because Nick's in the rebellion. And Flying Brian Hicks was out there with him. And Reggie tried to put a chair in the ring, and I ran out and told Reggie to hit the door.
Oh,
Like I've had enough of you.
Interesting.
You're not doing this. I wasn't assigned to the match. Obama was the referee.
Oh,
And as soon as he slid that chair in there, I came running because this has been enough. We've had enough of you tonight, sir.
yes.
And I don't know if I was being over officious or what, but I told him to get to stepping, and he wasn't going very fast. So I started untucking my shirt, and I said, "You're out of here."
Ooh.
I was plenty pissed.
Were you kind of like the senior ref? Like you can make those decisions?
Yeah.
Or just because there's two of
Well,
y'all, so you like
I'm
had to
telling you,
help each other.
I made the decision, and I didn't get reprimanded. So,
Okay.
but I was watching from the back, and I saw it, and like, no, I'm not. This ain't happening.
Yes.
And then Flying Brian tried to get in there, and he picked that chair. He tried to pick that chair up, and Obama stomped on the chair and told
go, refs.
and told him to get out.
Look at y'all. Well, you need a fair fight. Like, Lord, this is for the heavyweight championship.
Yeah. Well, through all of that, Nick managed to get the win, and he is your new Southern Heavyweight Champion.
Ooh. Man, I bet them fans were PO'd.
Oh, yeah. And then we had the main event. And I know that the world champion, the main championship should be the main event. But we went tables, ladders, and chairs to settle a personal issue between the Riots and them Frost Boys.
Exactly.
And we went to, they kept getting disqualified. This all led up to a tables, ladders, and chairs match. The belts were hung from a pole.
Oh.
The building we were in, hanging them from the ceiling was not going to work.
Sure.
But we put them, we suspended them on a pole, and first ones to get the belts win. And I was in the ring. Obama was on the floor, and the only thing I was there for was just to make sure their guys are checking to make sure everybody was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because they beat the piss out of each other, and it was just, I had the best seat in the house. One time one of them tried to pin one of them, and I started to go down to count just out of muscle memory. And there's a couple of times I tried to stop them from choking in the ropes, but there was no rules. And even before the match, I asked Doc Gracie, I said, "Hey, are y'all ready?" And he said, "Are you going to check us?" And I said, anything goes. I don't care if you brought a gun. I said, I don't give a damn if you brought a gun. And ring the bell. Let's go. And Lucas Frost their manager tried to get involved, and he tried to handcuff Leo to the ropes, giving them a 2-on-1 on Sammy.
Yes.
But Leo managed to handcuff Lucas to the ropes. And when Nathan came over trying to help, Leo managed to handcuff him to Lucas. So they were unable to. Then it became a 2-on-1 advantage by the Riots. I take that back. They handcuffed Doc to the ropes to Lucas, and then they double team Nate and they put him on a table. They put him on a table, and Sammy jumped up on the top rope and did a 450 splash through the table. And then Leo got up there and got the belts for him. And the place came unglued. It was spectacular.
I bet.
Spectacular. Good morning, Ben Jones.
Good morning, Ben.
But I'm telling you, hi, Willie. Yeah, we're doing so what I'm telling you is that I'm not normally for the main title, heavyweight championship, not being the main event, but on this one, it completely made sense. And there was almost 750 people in there, and they lost their minds.
I bet so.
And so
finally got to happen. You know what I mean? Like you said, just cheaters.
Hey, them Frost boys don't have nothing to be ashamed of. It was a battle.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
And they're crying about the handcuffs but they brought them.
Exactly. Exactly. They wouldn't have even been introduced if it wasn't for them.
So we'll be back in it next month in Moselle, Mississippi. And
now where's Moselle? Where's that in a relationship to something in Mississippi?
It's south of where we were, just north of Hattiesburg.
Okay. Like a general idea where it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's
what is that called? The show? Does it have a title?
Oh, I just happen to have the page where I can tell you since you asked.
Oh, yes, please do.
It's going to be Rise to the Occasion. Saturday, June 13th in Moselle Elementary School. So we'll see how it goes.
Good deal. Anything have they?
And then I got Bayou the week before that in Bayou Independent the week before, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that as it gets closer.
How is Brookhaven, this town?
It got hit. The building we're in didn't, but they took a lot of damage in Brookhaven on that tornado.
I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
I was afraid of that. I'm very grateful that your all's building was okay, but I just wondered how the town.
It got hit pretty hard. I didn't hear if there was any casualties. There's lots of property damage. But let's talk about what we're here for.
Yes.
A 4-part documentary that I felt like there could have been a lot more.
Well, it kind of sounded like they wanted more. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, this was a good documentary. I watched the first 2 episodes back to back. I watched the second 2 episodes back to back, and I would have watched all 4 of them in one sitting. It was just getting too late the night I watched it.
Right.
I thought, I mean, I think it was cool. I'm glad they did the documentary, and they really didn't sugarcoat it. I mean, there's wrestlers involved, so there's going to be a certain level of, of that. But I guess one of the thing that I don't know how to talk, Amy. Words are hard.
I can tell.
I guess the first thing I'm gonna throw out to you is, did the documentary tell the truth or protect the legend?
You know, one of the things I was thinking about while I was watching this show or watching the documentary, and I did end up watching all 4 episodes at one time. I just boom, 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 boom. Is there were just, I think that I've never really thought about who Terry Bollea was versus Hulk Hogan in my life, as in, so, and maybe how hard that would be to be this persona and not actually, it's Hulk Hogan was not Terry Bollea. Parts of him, sure, but it was a show, but you had to be on 24/7. And I know that sounds really, I don't know, kind of sounds a little silly, but it's like, I never really have thought about Hulk Hogan as a person, you know, that Terry Bollea, like listening to him talk about just the fact he didn't want to talk about his brother's death. Not saying that he had to, but I'm just saying.
Know he had I never even heard about his brother before this.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't even know if I did either, but just like being kicked out, playing, you know, like being kicked out of his house and when he was younger and what all he kind of went through. Oh, okay. And again,
look at how quick you dismissed him.
Well, it wasn't that. It was just like, I didn't get that as his name. You know, like the name threw me off.
The point that I was just fixing to make. Rick was always Rick. Piper was always Piper. And I think Hogan, I think Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan for so long that I think he liked being Hulk Hogan better than he liked being Terry Bollea.
Well, I mean, who was he as Terry Bollea versus who he is as Hulk Hogan? I did like, which I thought was a funny point, I guess, is like when they were talking about WrestleMania 6, I guess, when it was Hogan versus Warrior. Was that 6 or 7?
I think that was 6.
I don't know why, but all the wrestlers that were involved in that were like, yeah, Warrior sucked. Not, he was a terrible wrestler. It was just, I don't know why that cracked me up. That's terrible because the man is dead. But it's just like, you know, it's just every one of them saying that was kind of like,
well, I mean, in fairness, I think the Ultimate Warrior, I mean, there could be a strong case that he got full of himself. I mean, he changed his last name to Warrior.
Well, 100%. Well, yeah.
That guy. But we'll get back.
I think that it was very eye-opening.
I'm gonna start that and come back to it, Andrew.
Oh, I think he probably, I mean, again, Hulk Hogan was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure there was a little bit of, if you want this to happen, this documentary, like I want to talk this documentary, but we're going to, you know, like I'm sure that they were some things that, like you said, he didn't want to talk about his brother. They moved on. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure if there were some things he didn't want to talk about, you know, or wanted to kind of reframe. I mean, I'm sure that they probably, you know, I'm sure there were discussions. So I do think there was some protecting of the, what did you say? Protecting the legend or what?
I said, did we tell the truth or we protect the legend? Did it feel like Netflix was letting Hulkamania book to finish? I mean,
I don't think, not necessarily.
I mean, I liked all the early stuff. I don't know that there's lots of people that don't realize how long Hulk wrestled before Hulkamania started running wild.
100%.
I mean, he broke in 77, got his leg broke.
Mm-hmm.
They went in, they broke his leg, and he still came back for more. He learned how to wrestle. If you go, mean, they didn't talk about him getting the name Hulk in Memphis, but I mean, I just recently saw that there's an account, and I can't think of the name of it to save my life, but he's got where you can subscribe to him and get full matches, but he's showing like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan from 1980.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Andre was still getting around great back then.
Yeah.
But he was with Freddie Blassie, and he'd come out with the cape, and it was just, it was Hogan being a heel in the early days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, they don't talk about it. They didn't talk about it because they wanted you to think that at WrestleMania 3, that was the first time that they'd fought. But I mean, they worked a lot in the WWF.
Oh, 100%. And again, they showed some of that, footage in this documentary. Yeah, I think this was really, I don't know. I think that
Rocky 3 launched him.
Definitely helped. And then again, it was also the whole rock and roll. I mean, I think it was the perfect storm. Like, it was a little bit of everything. Right?
Yeah. I mean, he was a star. He always looked like a star. Oh, yeah. But when he did Rocky 3, that's when he got national attention.
Yes. And
that launched him. That even launched him higher. And AWA didn't have a clue what to do with him.
No. Well, I mean, they were thinking like a territory, which I'm not saying that's good or bad, but just saying, they weren't thinking about what would it be like if you had a star that that could go anywhere and would be recognized.
Yeah. And, it's just that all those guys thought that way. And I just think that I love seeing the clips, Hulk wrestling Saito.
Yeah.
They're wearing the white T-shirts with the iron-on letters, and I mean, it was fun. The first two, and then of course seeing him go down at Madison Square Garden and beat the Sheik, and
go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm just the old footage was a lot of fun for me to watch.
100%. I do like getting to see older stuff like that, because obviously
I didn't start turning my nose up at him until the Rock and Wrestling. I mean, I even like that, but then once it started becoming cartoonish, like I was all in. I was watching WWF up until, once it started getting cartoony and they're making music videos, and that you guys are supposed to be wanting to kill each other.
Exactly.
But as long as y'all are behaving on the set of Pile Driver while y'all are filming the video Land of 1,000 Dances.
Exactly. Yes.
But I remember marking out for it every time it came on MTV or VH1. So let's talk about Hulk Hogan versus Terry Bollea.
Mm-hmm.
Was there ever really separation between the man and the character, or did Terry get pulled into the red and yellow machine?
I think he 100%. I think, again, that because of that perfect storm and that explosion, he didn't feel like it. I can't say he was never allowed, but he didn't feel like he could be. He did maybe at home, and thankfully Linda videotaped everything, and we got to see, a variety of things from their home and different things like that. And so, it may be that he only got to be that person at home after he kind of blew up to be the red and yellow. And then I think maybe and I don't even know if I don't think it's a bad thing, but I do think you have to kind of, bet on yourself and think, I'm a draw, like I shouldn't lose. Like, I shouldn't lose unless we're bringing money, like I could see where, he would start thinking the whole, this ain't working for me, brother, kind of thing.
Matthew says, Hulk is the reason I love wrestling. as a kid, I was a Hulkamaniac through and through. I believed and cheered. And when he slammed the giant, cried. And when he was injured by earthquake, he goes, "Oh, I owe my fan." Cried when he was injured by earthquake. I owe my fandom to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was that way for. I mean, my brother was a Hulkamaniac. He was at that age where I was at that age where I needed my wrestling to be a little more believable.
Well, yeah.
But
you'd also been exposed to, not saying, I mean, I may have too, but really exposed to the sportatorium, some of the, other territories.
But I enjoyed the cartoons and the,
right.
He enjoyed that silly crap. But
he's also younger.
Right.
So give him that.
But what I'm telling you is, I got the impression that Hulk missed his family, and Hulk wanted to go home, and he would do the retirements, and maybe I'll come back. But I mean, Hulk wanted to go home, and I think once he got home, he's like, "Man, I gotta get the hell out of here.
I want to be famous. I want to be seen.
I
want to be known."
I think the lure of the road,
mm-hmm.
and the being in the arenas and in front of the cameras, I think he wanted to be home, and I think he missed being home. But I think that rush, and I can't imagine what it would have been like for him. I know what it's like. On a very small level.
Right.
My heart starts beating out, about to pop out of my chest before I go through the curtain to go to the ring.
Well, and the other thing,
and I can't imagine when it's him, when you get the music and the crowd and the adoration and
again, I also think, I'm not really going to, he talked about his childhood. His childhood wasn't super great. You know what I'm saying? And so again, you're getting adoration. You're getting love from, people, and maybe you weren't really accustomed to that or being the best. I mean, because I think that was even something he talked about in the documentary, was like his brother was kind of better at everything, right? Like, I feel like his brother was older.
Yeah.
And then, like he maybe, I don't know, but I mean, he got kicked out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think his parents were maybe as supportive. And I'm sure hearing all those cheers, the adoration, and I think exactly what you're saying is like he probably missed his family, because again, but then
I think that
he loved that he liked being known. He wanted to be seen.
You're away for work, and then you go home, and then when you start realizing what you're missing, it eats at you.
Well, and especially, I would say too, in that realm, when you really missed, like you could lose your spot. You could do, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of the reasons why we've heard, people worked hurt and different things. Because not only did you not get money, you could lose your spot. You could be permanently replaced. And so, that could have also been it. Like, I came home. What'd she say? He worked for 12 days and was home for 2 or something like that.
Yeah. Was Hulkamania the perfect storm?
Yes.
I mean, you talk Vince McMahon's expansion, cable TV, Saturday morning cartoon energy, the patriotism, the larger than life presentation. I mean, his promo ability. So
I do think it was a perfect storm. I mean, and I said that word without you even knowing it, without knowing, because we don't talk before we do this kind of thing with the documentaries. So I didn't know that, but yeah, I do. I think it is I think it was a perfect storm. I don't feel like you could ever have that again.
Terry said he pulled for Hogan against Bundy or Boss Man, but always was against him with Savage or Warrior. Can't remember why, but maybe I didn't think it was as believable even at that age. I was 100% for the Warrior. Like I said, I didn't have an issue with the Ultimate Warrior. He came through Texas. I liked him. And
right.
I mean, we found out later about him. So, I mean, people that hate on the Warrior are doing it through revision. I mean, because everybody's talked about how horrible he was, but man, he hit that music and ran to the ring, and we were all.
Well, but you know what? Some people could have thought again, we're watching it as young children, that he somehow replaced Hogan. You know, you know what I mean? So there could be some Hulkamaniacs that didn't care for Warrior because they thought, well, maybe if Warrior wasn't here, Hulk Hogan would be here. I don't know.
Watching Hogan as a kid helped me deal with my parents' divorce. He was like a TV father figure for me.
Aww.
See,
Ed Jones.
I firmly believe that you can like the character and not like the person.
And what the character represented to you?
People, I mean, and we're going to get to it. I mean, we'll get to the negative. We'll get to the negative. But what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with liking Hulk Hogan.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Don't like Terry Bollea, the one who said,
yeah,
you know what I mean? The one who kind of went through a midlife crisis and
yeah,
say stuff, stupid stuff. No.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to defend it.
Right. Well,
I'm not going to defend it.
There's no defending the word.
But I guarantee you, I would be willing to bet, and you could never prove it, that 90% of the people that hate him for what he did in his personal life and what he said, probably have said the same or worse. They probably said something at some time that they're glad that it didn't ever get repeated publicly. So,
I think
nobody named Terry is likable. But I just want to say that, you know, my problem with Hulk Hogan is I didn't like him because I didn't like I wasn't for that kind of wrestling.
Right.
Later, I came around on him later. And I mean, I wasn't even for him most of the Hollywood run. It was when he went back to WWE is when I started coming around.
Now, see, when
he went to Japan, and he let Jeff Jarrett hit him with that guitar, and there was never any payback for it. You know, when Hulk Hogan was on SmackDown and he let Brock Lesnar destroy him on television.
Right.
When I started seeing him do things, he put The Rock over. He put Arn Anderson over in WCW.
Arn Anderson didn't need him to put him over.
It is. There's a lot of, you hear about that ain't gonna work for me, brother, and stuff. But I mean, I thought it was messed up what he did to Undertaker. He said Undertaker was hurting. It showed, and it showed that he didn't. But the explanation on that is I didn't think the kid was going to get in trouble. I was just trying to get a few days off. I don't know. I mean,
right. I don't know. Again,
there's lots of people that don't speak bad about him. And I think he's a larger than life personality, but he's very, 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 very flawed human being.
And he just so happens to be in front of the camera.
And I think that he's not self-aware. I think he thought it was his world when he was behind. I mean, he didn't. I don't think. Let me simmer on it. Let's talk about the Andre the Giant WrestleMania 3 myth machine.
Oh, that didn't know if he was going to win? Or,
yeah.
About?
The stories about working with Andre. Was Andre going to put, we didn't know if Andre was going to put him over until.
I don't think you go out there. I I don't think you send Andre. I think Vince McMahon had to know. I don't think he would send Andre out there without knowing what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hang on. Andrew called bullshit on me for saying that. It's
Which part?
about when I was talking about how when he went back to WWE, with putting people over.
Oh, I thought it was.
That's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about early. I wasn't talking about the creative
Oh.
control in WCW. I was talking about when he went back to WWE. And I mean, to me, that was a big deal when Brock Lesnar destroyed him on television.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought Andrew was talking about something earlier. I don't know.
Oh, I thought that he was calling me out because he said Hogan was a political animal, protective of his own spot, always keeping people down. Yeah, kept a lot of people employed, though. He kept his friends around him, whether we liked it or not.
Well, and that's
And,
that's
and
just
how
one of
about Jimmy
those-
Hart?
I love him.
I mean,
he needs to have a podcast. Why is he not doing a podcast?
Because he don't want to tell stories.
He's so cute.
Jimmy will protect everybody to the end.
I know.
I don't think that. I mean, when I think WrestleMania 3, the best match on the card was Steamboat Savage, but you can't overlook that simple match that Hogan and Andre had, that just telling the story of a body slam, was not impactful.
Yeah, I mean, well, just between the two, like you said,
They drew the house. They drew the house.
And I'll never be a Hogan. And I can still acknowledge he's the biggest star in wrestling history. So he basically is saying what you're saying, as in the sense of you could acknowledge Hulk Hogan as the star of wrestling.
Yes.
But you don't have to like Terry Bollea.
Right.
Is that, I think that's what you were saying earlier too, right?
Right.
The phone rang and it was an opportunity.
Of course, it wouldn't be a WWE documentary if Bret Hart wasn't on there shitting on somebody.
Oh my God, again.
Talk about
you just gotta love. I mean, again, you see
Bret's got a high opinion of himself.
Well, so does Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
I think
but
you have to
but
have
Hulk
a high
Hogan,
opinion.
but Hulk Hogan was a draw. Without the steroid trial, Bret Hart was not sniffing the World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, but he was, and there's lots of people that are going to say that he is a very good technical wrestler, and at that time that was. I mean,
yeah, Brad Armstrong was a good technical wrestler,
and he died. So, who knows what he could have done?
Yeah,
right?
But what I'm saying is that the mid card was full of great technical wrestlers, and it still is today.
Right.
Without that steroid trial, I'm not sure that Bret would have ever been more than an Intercontinental Champion.
But please tell me you think WrestleMania 9 was ridiculous.
The biggest pile of shit. I hated it. I watched it because I watched it because it was at Caesar's Palace. And how in the hell did we end up with Hulk Hogan as the champion at the end of it?
Exactly.
I thought that was the biggest pile of horse shit ever. I hated it.
I mean, that's just what we have never, I say we haven't, but you're not fighting other refs for your job. You know what I'm saying? As in, in a situation like this, none of us have been, we've been professional wrestlers where we are, we need it to feed our family.
Right.
And I can only imagine what kind of jockeying it would be going on. And again, of course, Hulk Hogan, if he's coming in, of course he's going to somehow weirdly defeat Bret, Bret Hart versus Yokozuna.
What was the whole thing? We're going to put the title on him and he's going to go overseas and defend it. And they didn't go overseas. And I mean, it was just horse shit.
But you know what makes me wonder, just like everything, what Bret's story's probably correct. Hogan's story's probably correct, because you got to think about who's telling them these things. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. Hogan, that sounds like a great idea. No, you're right, Bret.
Bret's telling the truth.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Except
like,
everything except for his talent. I mean, except for his place on the card. I guarantee you, if Bret Hart would have beat the Iron Sheik, WWE, that wasn't going to go like it. That was not going to launch.
Oh, well,
that was not going to launch it like it did.
That's not, I mean, but again, that's why it's a perfect storm. I mean, it had to be Hulk Hogan. It had to be this,
and
you know,
and yeah, it's fun to think, well, what could Dusty have done? Not what Hogan did. What could Rick have done? Not what Hogan did.
I think you wouldn't, with Dusty and Rick especially, they were already kind of established. With Hulk Hogan, you could be Vitamin's Prayer. Like, he was a whole new character that we had never seen. He was a whole new creation. And also, and Bret Hart might have even said it before, but like, seriously, if you're not going for the title, like if you don't want to be number one or don't think you're number one, like, what are we doing? Right?
Yeah, I got no problem with him thinking it.
Well, then he should fight for his spots, right?
Yeah, but it's just ridiculous when he shits on everybody else.
He's definitely, and again, that could be something that Netflix did. Not saying he didn't say that.
Oh, they could have screwed him in the edit. They definitely could have screwed him in the edit.
Because everybody knows he's like that, or, you know, he has been doing that a lot lately. The memes are out there about Bill Goldberg. So, I mean, and him. So he could have said a bunch of stuff, and that's just what made it, because that just comes off. And he's like at a bar.
And he can't admit what. I don't believe Hogan could ever admit when he was wrong.
Well, he has to think he's wrong first.
Well,
and I don't mean that.
No, he knew on Arsenio Hall he was lying through his teeth.
That's not the same.
I mean, steroids weren't illegal, but he's just said, no, I never took steroids. But he was so worried about he was so worried about tarnishing the say your prayers, eat your vitamins. You know,
he didn't want to lose. He did not want to lose his lifestyle and his money. But I mean, he was. But
he couldn't admit what we all knew. I mean, Stevie Wonder didn't have to touch him to tell that was anabolic, and it wasn't illegal. It wasn't illegal. But then he also went to court. He also went to court and lied his ass off and said that, you know, and he didn't bury Vince in court.
And then he said that in the documentary. Like, I know where all the bodies are buried.
Right. Like he went in there and he got Vince off the hook.
Yeah.
And
like, that's kind of what he said, which I think is a little, you know what I mean? Like,
how different would wrestling be if he would have screwed Vince? Well, it wouldn't even been screwing him if he just told the truth. And the truth is the truth.
Well, but again, like, I don't know. Again, it's his narrative. You know,
I don't believe Vince was selling steroids.
I don't know why he would have to sell them.
I mean, if nothing else, he was giving them away.
Exactly. That's exactly what
I've been assured privately that was not the case, but that's a question and discussion for another day. But if Hogan could have gone in there and easily testified against him and took him down. So, and I think when Vince made that comment about him after the trial, I think that genuinely hurt Hulk. And I think the rise. I mean, I remember the part about when he went to WCW with that parade. I was eye rolling because I didn't want Hogan I did not want Hogan, and I was hearing. I'd go online, like on AOL, and you'd hear things. Whoever the dirt sheets were on AOL at the time, talking about that Hogan was so mad that Flair was getting cheers and he was getting boos that he went in there and demanded that Flair lose to him all the way around the horn. And supposedly Flair stood up to him. But I mean, I don't know how much of that was true. But
I think there's probably, I mean, I'm sure there was a little bit of truth in it all, you know?
But people were getting tired of the red and yellow.
Well, and the other thing, going to WCW, like, you're right. He was number one in WWF. He always had Vince's ear, at least you could say, because again, he knows where the bodies are buried and he was there from, so I'm sure it was quite the shock going over to WCW, probably promised some things, I'm sure. And you got Ric Flair and you've got a bunch of other people there that are, not as convinced that Hulk Hogan was the right move for, their organization.
Well, they brought him in and they had Ted Turner out there and they signed the contract and had that match and put Hogan over. And
exactly. That's just like, who was it? I think it was Arn Anderson on his podcast had talked about the Renegade, like whoever that dude was.
Yeah.
And just about how, like, he kind of said, like in the locker room, like he was like, "Oh, I'm here to save y'all." You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to save WCW. Like, I'm sure there were people that.
And Andrew makes a good point. Flair helped close the deal to bring Hulk in. Because Hulk only would want to work with people that he trusted.
Sure.
He was notorious for that. But that's that
territory. Van Hammer. Thank you, Andrew.
He's right, because I did think I thought it was Renegade too, Amy. I was wrong. But what I'm saying is, Flair knew he could make money with Hogan.
Sure.
Hogan trusted Flair. So, I mean, they wrote it out until they couldn't, and Hulk was getting the loud boos. But the Hollywood Hogan, he tries to make it sound like he didn't have to get talked into it. But I think that he realized he made the right decision. And I'd seen that clip 1,000 times and never noticed that Gene got his nose busted.
Yeah.
When Hulk pointed out, he said he saw that blood running down Gene's nose. And I'd never noticed that. I don't know. It was crazy. But my attitude was that I was excited about Hall and Nash being there, and Hogan had to attach himself to it. Because I was not a Hogan guy.
Right.
I mean, I was pissed off because I was a Flair guy through and through, and they weren't treating Flair. Now Flair's got to take a back seat, and hey, I never wanted Flair to be in the NWO either. Yeah, but I thought the NWO was cool. I had an NWO shirt.
Sure. It was cool. I mean, you cannot, you know what I'm saying? You can't deny what the NWO did for wrestling.
Do you think that the documentary went hard enough into the scandals?
I mean, did it need to? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what.
Well, I mean,
like, what did we need? I mean, he had a sex tape with, and he had a sex tape. So,
yeah.
And he said the N-word. I mean, it's very, I don't know what else could have been said, I guess. Do you think? What else did you want to hear? I'm not saying yay or nay.
No, I mean, they didn't shy away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if we got the documentary and they didn't even touch on it. But they talked about Gawker putting it up. And
I think, though, again, it kind of goes back to what some other people were saying earlier about it allowed Hulk Hogan to tell his side and tell how, he had done this in private and then all of a sudden it's out everywhere. You know what I mean? And how that was like his feelings on it.
Now,
for sympathy, which I think I am sympathetic. Like that's horrifying.
Yeah. Regardless of what he did on the videotape, Gawker putting it online, that was wrong. And it shouldn't have took that long to get it taken down. That was wrong. And it don't matter if you're Hulk Hogan. It don't matter who you are.
Right.
If your tape gets leaked and it gets published like that, that's wrong.
Well, and you got 140 million for it.
I mean, Well,
but I
don't know if he ever collected it. I mean, he got some of it. But what I'm saying is, for one, let's don't let Bubba the Love Sponge off the. Hey, people do freaky stuff behind closed doors, and if you get your rocks off letting your old lady sleep with your friends, more power to you. It's two consenting adults, and I can't believe that nobody's gone after Bubba and started accusing him of trafficking his wife, because that's the climate we're in now, and I can't believe it's never done that. But what I'm saying is Bubba served her up to Hogan, and she was probably into it. But I bet you Hogan didn't know that Bubba was in his office watching videos in his cuck chair.
Well, and again, I think, take away anybody like that,
and then
is
Spice
a
Boy,
huge invasion of privacy, regardless of who it is.
and
You know,
his
like
assistant,
that's
they called
wrong.
him Spice Boy on the show. He had a hard on for Bubba's wife and got pissed, and he got the tape, and he's the one that released it. So you know what though? I saw the video, and I'm gonna tell you what the most gangster thing in that video was.
What?
Is that she was doing her thing,
Mhm.
and he took a phone call.
That's nice.
I mean, he couldn't have seemed less interested in the project, honestly.
Right.
So anyway, but that's I'm not for it. I'm not condoning anything of it. I think it's bullshit that that his life was ruined. He shouldn't have made that decision. You gotta be responsible for your own decisions. But
What? Having sex with the woman?
well, everything.
Oh.
But his life was ruined, and he's being recorded and didn't know it. And I'm not saying that made what he said right. I'm just saying it's kind of screwed up.
I think that, yeah. Well, I mean, that was just first off, it was a very shitty thing to say. I mean,
Yeah, real
regardless
shitty.
of, just take out the N word and say something, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
that was a real shit. I mean, like, what are we saying? Are you trying to be cool to Nick? Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's kind of a, like, just, and again,
yeah, he was being himself. He didn't know he was being recorded. He was being himself.
exactly. And if you're so like,
and so there's no,
why are we saying that? I mean, like, well, then if you're going to, to me, if you're going to throw that word around, you should be okay with saying it out in public, right?
And if you apologize, and apologies aren't good enough. And nope, apologies aren't good enough. But here's how I feel about it. Because I don't really have an opinion. I mean, I don't have
you
opinion
don't have
about
an opinion. No,
I really don't have an opinion about about how the public treat him because of that. It's, I mean, he didn't say anything about me. He didn't do anything to me. So
I understand what you're saying.
Who am I to judge him? Like, oh, that's a bad look, and I could have an opinion on it. But what I'm saying is, it's not for me to forgive him. And I do.
Right. I know what you're saying.
And if Jesus can forgive him, that's all that matters.
And again, I can, yes. And in that same breath, we just, like you said, obviously I'm not affected by that. If you notice, I'm not an African American. So
yeah, I mean,
but I do think, like you said, that's, however people want. I mean, again, I do have you're so comfortable saying that, and then I think too, people were not very happy with just, well, I was recorded. You know what I mean? Which, yes, that
he
is
took no
shitty.
ownership of it, really.
You were recorded.
It was more
really
like
crappy.
It's like I said, it was more like, let's blame the how rather than what I did.
Exactly. Yes.
Like, don't pay attention to the guy behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Like
and
Wizard
again,
of Oz.
that is really crappy. You should not be recorded. You shouldn't be recorded without your acknowledgement. But then, let's not gloss over what you were very casual, and nobody said anything to him. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing like that on the recording. So it's not an unusual thing, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, if you were to say it right now, I'd be like, my God, Pondwater, do you have a stroke? Like, that's so unlike you. Like, I feel like you would, and you don't get that reaction. And I think that's another reason why people are kind of like, wonder about how many times you have said this. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, growing up, it wasn't. I mean, I could have cussed and not gotten in trouble, but that word would have got me beat within an inch of my life.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
just ugly. It's just an ugly word.
well, I'd like to tell you it's because my dad was way ahead of his time, and no, it's because where our grocery store was, and if I said it at work, it would be disastrous for business.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
I mean,
Fritz. No, just kidding.
no, I'm just telling you that
I'm just teasing.
I'm not baby facing my dad on it. I'm telling you that that's how I was raised.
No, I know.
No matter what the intent, I knew it was something you didn't say.
Exactly.
I knew it was bad, and I was raised not to say it.
Well, it's a put down. I mean,
so whatever the
that.
reasoning was, for whatever their motives were for raising me not to be that way,
right?
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter what their motivation was. I'm still raised, so I don't approve of it. I don't approve of it. Hey, 100%. And I don't approve of it. I don't approve of it the other way around.
I think it just needs to be a word that goes away. It's not a nice word. Yeah, I'm not going to be saying it, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, but I mean, but you flip the coin, and I've been called in the neighborhood that I grew up working in.
Mm-hmm.
I got all the slurs my way, and that ain't right either.
No.
Peckerwood was my personal favorite though, because it was always like more funny to me than I mean, I never to this day probably couldn't tell you why I'm supposed to be offended by it, but I always thought it was funny. Let's move away from it. Let's move away from it.
Yeah.
Because then we got into how bad his back was.
Mm-hmm.
TNA wasn't working out for him. He was trying because he was broke. The divorce, I know he was the reason that he ended up getting a divorce.
Oh, 100%.
And I still sympathized with him though. I hated Linda, and during the show, I kind of enjoyed her.
Why did you hate her?
There was something about her parading around with that 19-year-old kid in his boat, riding his motorcycles. There was pictures of the kid holding his wrestling belts.
She had been cheated on. She was faithful. They never said anything about her having relationships or whatever, but during their marriage when he was gone, she absolutely loved him.
I can't rationalize.
Gave everything to him, gave her whole entire life, stayed home with those kids, ran the house, and then he wants to F around with a young person, and she didn't do any of that until after they were, you know what I mean?
I didn't say that.
I'm not happy.
I'm not saying that it's rational. I'm just saying that I've been through a divorce that I didn't want to. I really, didn't have no choice but to go through, and didn't like how that feeling and that her turning up the volume trying to punish him.
Well, he shouldn't have effed that girl. I hope it was good.
Well, you don't think that was first one, do you?
Well, I'm just saying. Probably in her bed anyway. Like that.
She sits there with a straight face and thinks that that's the first time since the Hulkamania launched that.
But in her bed, she probably had enough.
I'm not defending it. I'm talking about the ridiculousness that's the hill that you're going to die on, that you don't think that he had a riz at in all 50 states.
Well, oh yeah, I'm sure. But like, I said, I think it's different. I'm sure it might have struck different when it's in your home versus out there. He's always coming home. You hear that?
I watched the reality show. I watched the reality show too. That bitch got on my nerves.
I did not watch that show.
I watched it and I was like, man, I think it's probably when I started changing my mind about it, because I kind of felt sorry for him having to live with her.
But what a reality show is still fiction. So we really have no idea who these people are. They even said that. Nick said that in the show.
Amy, I've been on a reality. I've been on a reality show before. I know that there's no reality in reality television.
Oh, well, yeah, I know you do. But I mean, I'm just saying, even Nick was saying that, like, they want me to do something stupid or, juvenile. So. which ended up making him look worse. You know, with everything that ended up happening with him, it just kind of made him look like he was a spoiled brat when maybe he really wasn't.
Well, the marriage after Linda must have really been bad because they acknowledged that there was one and they didn't touch on any of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was like a footnote, like, oh, by the way. And I mean, they quit talking about it as quick as they talked about it.
and it was like they were married for like 10 years. Like it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like that second marriage was like, 8 months or something. Like
I didn't know. I'd honestly forgot, but
I just thought that was interesting too.
he's got a type.
I just thought maybe I was like, oh, well, maybe it was just like, like, oh, it was like, 12 months. No,
And you
it was
got to
like 10
think
years.
that you got to think that his widow had a hard time watching this just because of Linda being such a prominent part of the documentary. But
I don't know. I mean,
but let's just say, I mean, he got the Hogan's hangout.
Mhm.
So he gave him something to do. He has the beat shops. He met her, and she wasn't a mark.
mm,
And she got him involved in church. I do not question. I don't think that he went on the I Found Jesus tour because he didn't get super evangelistic about it.
mhm.
It's just like, so I never questioned his faith.
I don't think I would never do that. How was I? You know what I mean? Like
I don't think it was part of his
wrong.
rehab tour because then he turned around and did one thing that I said before on here, and I firmly believe this in my heart of hearts today. And even Bruce said it, you don't talk about politics and you don't talk about religion because you're going to alienate half of your fan base.
Mhm.
And he was willing to alienate half of his fan base. And I mean, and they booed him out of the building. We know he got booed out of the building in Los Angeles because of it. And I mean, I think it says a lot that a sitting president of the United States thinks enough of you to do your documentary.
I love how I mean, I know it's not, but it just Donald Trump cracks me up the way he described things and the way he talks about things. Anything. WrestleMania 4, Iran war, like it's all the same. He's
a wrestling character. He's a wrestling character. I saw a deal on a friend of ours that posted on their story the other day, had drawn correlations between Trump and wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
How everything's a wrestling promo. And I was like, be damned if it's not. But he's been around it for so many years. And Hogan was friends. Hogan, you're right. Hogan did love America. America's been very, very good to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's been friends with Trump for years. So the fact that he supported him doesn't surprise me. But the fact that he went out there to the national convention and he did the shirt and
right.
And I thought, if nothing else, just the reaction that he got from that crowd, because he stole the show. He stole the show, and that's what it was. So
I wonder if, and this is like, I wonder if he had the same feelings at that moment before he went out at the, Republican National Convention as he did like when he was going to turn to NWO. Like, am I making the right decision? Am I making the right?
I bet he was feeling it.
I bet he
was feeling it.
Major...
Hey, and it wasn't said, but I immediately thought it myself is when you did that, you've pretty much, you've endeared yourself to TKO at that point.
Mm.
And they were taking pretty good care of him all the way up to his death.
Mm.
His Real American Beer was out there. They were trotting him out, even though people didn't want to see him or not. And in some places they did want to see him.
Well, yeah.
But what I'm saying is they went and, is it a coincidence that all was forgiven? Because we know TKO is pro-Trump. So he was back in the fold all the way to his death. for whatever reason.
I
And it's
think,
okay.
though-
And I will say,
Mhm.
if you're willing to take the heat, and I think it's stupid. Going back to that's something my dad taught me. If something was going on in the community and the news showed up, no comment. We don't have a position.
Right.
Hey, I'm running for city council. Can I put my sign in your window? No, you can't.
Right.
But I shop here and we appreciate it. Because anybody that don't like you is going to be pissed off at us if it looks like we support you.
Right.
Our position is we have no position. Because in business, I want 100% of your money. I don't want to look up at this. I don't want to look up here and see half the people leave because they don't agree with how I believe. Y'all don't know how I believe. You might think you do, but you really don't.
Right.
And it's not just Hulk Hogan. It's movie stars. Look at Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Mark Hamill right now. Look at Mark Ruffalo. Look at Hollywood. Yeah, you please half the people and you piss off half the people. And those people are willing to make a stand knowing the backlash that they're going to get and don't care. And he did the same thing. So that's a personal decision, and God bless him that he felt comfortable enough making that decision. But I will say this in a loud, clear voice, that if you were in business and you're willing to cut off half of your profit potential, which surprises me about TKO because they love money so much.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe that it's smart. A business should not have a position.
Sure. No, I understand what you're saying.
If I told you I ain't never wearing Nikes again, it's because they had a stupid position. And it's not because of the position. It's because they were stupid enough to let me know what it was.
Right. I do think, and Willie kind of brings up something. I do think, I wish they would have said something about Brooke.
I'll say something about Brooke.
Well, hold on. Let me finish my statement first, because the way your face looked.
Oh, I got a hot opinion about Brooke.
I just want to say, I wish that they could have said something like she chose not to be part of this, or we didn't ask her anything. Like, you just kind of have this, like, wonder why Brooke wasn't involved. Like, is she not like her? Is she mad? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like for this documentary, we got Nick, we've got Linda, like we got everybody. Well, we didn't have Brooke. And I feel like they could have said she chose not to be part of it or anything. I think they should have. That's me.
Well, here's how I feel about Brooke.
Okay.
You got pissed off at your dad. Your dad and your mom are both batshit crazy. So you went and got away from it. Good on you. Good on you. But you never tried to fix it. And then you gave him grandkids that he didn't know. And then when he died, you went on Bubba the Love Sponge, who I would argue is the cause.
Catalyst, not the cause.
The catalyst. The catalyst of your father's downfall.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going on Bubba the Love Sponge, who's on his victory tour, milking Hulk Hogan for all it's worth one more time.
Mm.
That's the guy that you're mad at your dad for what he did. This is the guy that was in the other room sitting in his cuck chair watching it.
What
flogging his mule, watching Hogan rail his wife.
Did you watch the interview with her and Bubba? Like,
no.
I didn't know what she said.
I don't either. Because pardon my French, screw her.
Right.
Screw her. You made your decision. He's gone and you can't talk to him now.
Yeah.
I wish I could talk to my dad. It's sad that you fall out. If you make the decision that you can't take your parents' as bullshit and you alienate yourself from them, then cry me a fucking river when they're dead. Because that's on you. Because I bet you he would have, if she'd have gone over to see her dad, I guarantee he would have hugged her.
Well,
I guarantee you would have hugged her.
We don't know as much as we think we know. We don't know everything that happened within that family, and what that what was said.
What we do know is that I don't know why you would want to go hang out with and help Bubba the Love Sponge.
Well, no, I mean, I get that. I'm not really for sure.
I mean, your position, you being upset. Now, in fairness, she said she wanted to be cut out of the will, so she wasn't trying to show up and get with her hand out.
Right.
Which, she might be thinking that's a bad decision now.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, she obviously has some very strong convictions about things, and whether she's married and has kids, and
she wasn't Team Hogan. She wasn't Team Hogan when she went on Bubba's show, as far as I was concerned.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know, but like I said, I mean, that is something, you're right, she will have to deal with herself. I mean, her dad is not here.
Yeah.
And if again, we don't really know what all was.
And I used to like Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like Bubba.
Well, again,
I mean, I enjoyed his show when he was on Howard 101. I used to listen to it every day. And
right.
Hogan would come in, and I mean, Hogan was Bubba's kid's godfather.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, it just.
Jason says, hi, Jason. Hulk Hogan should be remembered for what he did in the wrestling business. His personal views have no bearing on how great he was in the professional wrestling business. And that's the point I've been trying to make through it all. I'm trying to sit here and tell you it's okay to like Hulk Hogan and not like Terry Bollea.
100%. Yes. Yes. I mean, I think we have seen, I think we have seen that. And I do think I like this documentary. And again, just being able to actually see Terry Bollea, I don't think I've ever really looked at it or tried. And you're right, Willie, family issues are beyond complicated.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I sat in my chair watching those last two parts, and I cried for him 3 times.
Oh,
I got broken up three different times.
And when was that?
About his kids.
Oh,
watching his kids grew up on him.
Mm-hmm.
There was just, just some things, and there's some things, and when they showed WrestleMania 18, and we're gonna wrap up and jump off into trivia.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania 18, when they showed him come out, and when he put the Rock down and the crowd popped,
Mm-hmm.
and you saw the crowd pop, I welled up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered watching that, thinking how cool it was. So
definitely good. Make sure you try to,
it's good. It's a good documentary. Whether you love him or hate him, it's a fascinating story.
Yeah.
It's a complicated man. It's the epitome of how effed up celebrities are.
Definitely could. Yes. Yes.
And I hope they pick stuff up off the cutting room floor and get into it. I'd love to know if I'd love to know if they talked about the whole Randy Savage Liz thing when Liz was hiding out at their house.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe so. Cause again, it does say, at the very end, it just kind of talks briefly about how they were going to, kind of touch base in a couple months and stuff like that. And then unfortunately, he passed. So there might be something that's out there.
Terry makes a good point. I remember things about my Meemaw, and she wasn't in the business. People are remembered for who they are.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, Amy.
Hit it. So, do you know what happened this week 5 years ago? Backlash 2021.
Okay. Oh, I thought there was more to it, and I was overthinking it, Amy.
I'm sorry. That's the reason why I chose Backlash for our trivia, was that 5 years this week was Backlash 2021. So, Backlash is a recurring professional wrestling event that was established by WWE in what year? Was it 1999, 2000, 2001, or 2002? What year was the first Backlash?
I think it was 2001.
You thinking?
I'm thinking it was 2001. For some reason, I thought that this was the 25th anniversary of it. I could be wrong.
You're wrong about the 25th anniversary. I am going to say that. But
Okay.
they did there was a, I don't think I'm giving anything away, but they have a period of time where they stopped having Backlash.
Oh, okay.
So, it might actually be 25 years or whatever, but I'm just saying it's not 1999.
Well,
It was
Terry,
the very first one.
and he said that's when he quit watching. So Terry and Willie were on it.
Yes. The PLE Backlash took place on May 16th, 2021. Where? Was it Orlando, Tampa, Miami, or Jacksonville? Backlash took place on May 16th, 2021.
Were we still in COVID?
You tell me.
That was a COVID Backlash. It was in Orlando. No, it was in Tampa, in Tropicana Stadium.
Very good.
Yeah, during COVID, they were in Tropicana Stadium.
You are very right. You are correct. It is B. It was a tricky question.
Yeah.
With nobody in it. That's when they had the Thunderdome and they had like the whatever those things were.
The pictures.
There were 6 matches on the main card of the Backlash PLE. How many of them were for titles? Were 3 matches, 4 matches, 5 matches, or 6 matches up for titles?
I'm gonna go with 4.
Terry said the screens were great. It was different, Ooh, Terry said 4 too.
It was like watching Max Headroom.
Yes, it was very weird.
It was very Max Headroomish.
I will say
I tried to get in one time and watch.
Oh yeah?
And I never could get connected.
I don't know of anybody I never tried, so I don't know. Actually, it was 5. 5 out of the 6 matches.
Oh wow.
Sorry, you hit the button. 5 of them. You have to remember too, this is also we're still in it where we have a SmackDown champion, a Raw champion, multiple tag titles.
They have 2
women, so
both world champions, both men's, both women's, and tag.
Exactly.
Okay.
How many titles actually changed hands at this PLE?
None.
1,
None.
2, or 3?
I feel like it was none.
Anybody want to guess? Let me look at something.
And if it was 1, it might have been 1. Is this where Drew Mac? No. No, I'm going with none. T-Weeb's going with 2.
It was 1.
1. Drew McIntyre win the championship?
No.
Okay.
It was Dom and Rey Mysterio won the tag team championship against Dolph Ziggler.
Can you believe he's been around for 5 years?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the only one. Okay. What was the shortest match on the card? Was it Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte? Dominic and Ray versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode? Damian Priest versus The Miz with John Morrison, or Bianca and Bayley?
Damian Priest and The Miz.
And why do you say that, sir?
Because
do you remember what their match was?
No, it just seems like everybody else would have got more time.
It was them, but they had a zombie lumberjack match. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was a flaming piece of shit. I was glad that was over.
With the let me see the exact name. Army of the Dead.
That triggered my stupid meter. That triggered my stupid meter big time.
Yeah. It was they're trying to
I didn't like that. I didn't like that, but I loved the Danhausen match from the other day.
Well,
and I know I shouldn't like to hear me talk on this show.
Yeah.
I should like nothing that's going on with Danhausen with that silliness, but it is the absolute best. Dude, it's my guilty pleasure. I love it so much.
I do like how 1 went in and 4 came out. I thought that was kind of funny. That reminded me of like the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Men from like on Ghostbusters and stuff. I thought that was funny.
I would have liked it if he would have sent him back in and hey, the little guy could work too.
Well, that was
A Masquerada or something like that.
The bull, Torito. Remember the bull? The little.
Yeah. But if he'd have gone back in and almost would have come out.
Yes, or somebody like that.
Like almost would have come out, almost with the Danhausen paint.
That would have been hilarious. Yes. All right, next question. Fill in the blank. The event included a promotional tie-in for the zombie film Army of the Dead, which starred former WWE wrestler who? So they were doing this. So there was a WWE wrestler who starred in this Army of the Dead movie that we had a zombie lumberjack match for. Do you know who it was?
Oh, that was was it a woman?
It was not a woman.
What Batista, was it?
It was Batista.
Okay.
Batista is the answer.
All right.
I don't think I have any more, do I?
No.
Okay. So that, and I called it a PLE because that was the first that was live streamed on Peacock.
Oh.
So it was no longer pay-per-view. It was a premium live event. So didn't know if you noticed that or not, but that is the reason why I went with the PLE.
Well, I mean, we were on PLE. I guess they just started naming them that, but they weren't really pay-per-views on the network.
Right. But this was the first one that was live streamed. So
5 championship matches on that card. You want to be a champion, go to Big Time Belts over on Facebook, facebook.com. Join the group Big Time Belts. Look at there.
Ooh,
Speaking of Hogan, Big Time Belts recreated the big green belt that Hogan won when he defeated the Iron Sheik.
Did it have the plates on it like that?
It was a trophy. It was a trophy style belt. It was more sheet metal. It was really thin. It was a piece of crap belt. But it had side plates like that, and they were all trophy shop engraved.
Did it really? I did not realize that it had 2 plates, like on top of
it. Was stacked. Like it was stacked.
I did not realize that.
But it wasn't heavy because it was trophy. It was a trophy shop. They had literally got it from a trophy shop.
No, I get it. I just didn't realize that.
Here's
I like that.
That's the Buddy Rogers belt. UWX, that's our friend. That's our friend. And we all know, where's it at? That Russ is a bitch. But the bitch has got nice belts. This UWX World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship belt. He dreamed it up. Big Time Belts made it for him. Did a great job.
Awesome.
Here's me with my Mississippi Heavyweight Championship belt. If you like that old style of late 70s, early 80s territory belts, Big Time Belts can hook you up.
I like that belt.
This was a kid drew this.
This is my favorite.
When he was a kid, he drew this belt.
And
then he grew up and with his human monies made them come to life with Big Time Belts. That's impressive.
That.
We took that and we turned it into that.
I love it.
It's beautiful. This guy's an Orioles fan, bless his heart. But he's got him a nice Baltimore Orioles belt when he duty bops his ass out to Camden Yards. And if you're getting married, why not a belt?
Heck yeah. I like it.
Why not a belt? And he did some really cool stuff in the leather work. We've seen this one before. It's got a mermaid. It's got a wiener dog. And they got married. And I wonder if you want a divorce if you just hit them in the head with it.
Might as well try it first anyway, right?
Yep. Big Time Belts, Facebook.com. We thank them for sponsoring our pod.
Yes, thank you very much.
Let's talk about what's going on Mark Out Moments. We got Drunken Pop doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can find them here on Mark Out Moments. They just did an episode not too long ago. They did the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, and I would be interested to see if they put Hulk Hogan on their Mount Rushmore wrestling.
I feel like they would.
You never know with those guys.
True. Very true.
TNA Top 10. Just had a great time with them. I hijacked their show the other night. They invited me in. I don't know if they'll bring me back because we had a good time. A good time was had by all. We did top 10 most annoying driving habits. This coming week, we are going to do pickup lines.
No.
Oh, we're not doing top 10 pickup lines this week?
Worst things to leave behind.
Oh, we're going to do top 10 things to leave behind. Top 10 pickup lines was mentioned the other night. Oh, yeah. I get why they said that, because I told a pickup line that my cousin Josh did one time. It's the most disgusting thing I've probably ever heard in my life, and it worked.
Ugh. Interesting.
Oh yeah, you'll have to go listen to TNA Top 10. I tell that story.
Okay, yeah, I heard most of it all the way up to about number 4. I had to go.
I mean, I couldn't believe it worked. That's how much swagger my cousin Josh has. Bash on the buttons. TJ Stevens is playing video games, classic games, Sega Genesis, Nintendo. He's doing them all. Bash on the buttons. Set your notifications. You'll know when he goes live. That boy was busy. I'll break down a snapshot of, I did Arn Anderson's April of '85, where he worked 32 times in 31 days, I believe. Loosen going in forth. They petered out on that pretty quick. They hit the wall. Era's the golden era. Legends. Let's rethink this. Over on the Dav Network, Double Drop Kick podcast, Kevin Davenport's feeling better. I'm gonna join him on May 23rd.
Oh,
Amy, you're invited too.
May 23rd. Okay.
May 23rd. We're gonna try again. And Spanning the Globe.
Yes.
Spanning the Globe goes live on Thursday nights.
And Richard was with us earlier.
Richard and Ben and Mark and that other guy. I'm 60, y'all. I forget shit. I'll remember his name as soon as I take the graphic off. That's why I don't normally try to name all 4 of them, because I'll do 3 out of 4 and I'll choke on one of them.
Oh. And I will say, hopefully soon. Look what I got.
Yeah, we're gonna do a mint card mark out, and you're gonna open them up, and we're gonna.
Yes,
you did good on your last one.
I know. For you all who did not see our last one, it is on the Markout Moments channel. I opened up a serial numbered Liz Morgan. I got it.
Did you get an autograph card too?
I do. I have an autograph card of Ivar. So yes, I did very good. I kind of wish I hadn't. Maybe I would be like, oh, I don't need no more. But now.
Oh, we got some breaking news. Possible phone app for voting for our top 10 in the future. Working on it.
You better you better patent that. Get a hold of the gimmick.
That I am marking out in this moment. What are we going to talk about next week, Amy?
Oh, man. I don't know. Again, I think we're going to keep with our documentaries. They just did one really cool one on the 4 Horsemen. Wonder if I might have a few things to say about that.
What's your favorite incarnation of the 4 Horsemen?
I mean, I typically will say Rick, Tully, Arn, and Ole. Like seriously, that would be
the originals.
Who I would go. The original.
That's always my answer, but I'm always on the fence because Barry Windham was just so good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying
Barry Windham was just so good, but I do like the original better.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
you
the
know,
Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
100%. Like just the way it all came together, and Ric Flair's a cousin, and just I don't know. I just liked all of that.
But it's 1 and 1A, and hey y'all, and if y'all want to, y'all know that I got those David Von Erich trunks. They're listed at Heritage Auction. We got 4 days left.
Ooh.
I'm gonna click on there right now and refresh the screen and see where
Yeah,
they're
the
at.
good bid on.
They're sitting at $7,000 right now.
Hey, and again,
They're at $7,000. We got 4 days left.
everybody knows you don't really start doing some serious bidding until the last day.
Well, the reserve kicked in today.
Oh,
all the reserves are listed. All the reserves were listed at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to go see what the reserve is on the ring used United States belt or anything else that you're watching, there's some Hulk Hogan boots on there. There's Hulk Hogan shirts. There's David Von Erich trunks that are sitting at $7,000 right now.
What is it, heritageauctions.com or what is it?
And it's not like sitting at $7,000 because that was the reserve. There's a bid.
Right.
So they will not be coming back home.
Really? So you've got the reserve. So you're definitely.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it heritageauction.com?
It is. Go to.
Can you put it in the chat? I don't know if that helps anybody. Probably not. Maybe.
I think it's ha.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ha.com is Heritage Auctions.
Okay, well that's real easy. We can do that.
Yeah. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, congratulations! It's with 4 days. Like I said, you start bidding towards the end when it's almost over.
And I would like everybody, if you listen to this show and you like me in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you don't have to love me. If you just like me a little bit, or even better, if you watch me because you hate me. Maybe you're here for Amy and you wish I would go away. I want you to go to Twitter at Teppy14, at Teppy, Teppie, at Teppy14 on Twitter, and I need you to campaign for me to buy a motorcycle.
Okay. So I also want to say just real quickly, be on the lookout for me on the Till 5 Wrestling podcast. I don't know the exact date that it will be coming out, but we talked about Arn and Tully. We talked about FTR. We talked about Trick Williams. We talked about the 5 greatest Triple Crown champions. So these were people who had won the major title, the heavyweight title, as you might want to say, in 3 different promotions. And so Aaron and I, that's the gentleman who does the Till 5, we had some we agreed on and we disagreed to make it isn't that cute. So like I said, I will definitely be on the lookout. You can go like and subscribe to their podcast. Like I said, Till 5 Wrestling, and I'll be on there soon. I'll let you all know when I know the date. You
want to drive next week? Since it's the 4 Horsemen and you're the first lady of the Arn Anderson fan club, you should drive the episode next week.
Okay. Let me I'll get back with you on that. Just depends on how crazy work is. But I think it'll be okay. Just in case. All
right. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here with us, following us live. We appreciate everything, all the support that you give us. We can't thank you enough. Head over to rockforrebel.com and grab you some cool gear for a great cause. I'm Pondwater Dave. I forgot. Well, I got referee Super Dave Miller on the screen this week. Because that's who I am, y'all.
That's right.
And she's the first lady of the Arn Anderson fan club. And we'll see you next week on Talking Rasslin.